Hey everyone, it's me, Corrie Sommers, your local Los Angeles realtor. Today we are going to be talking about Toluca Terrace, this specific section here in Los Angeles, which is, well, I don't want to give all the goods away just yet. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please take a moment to click the subscribe button and the bell below for updates. I have so much more in store for you this year. I'll be right back. So let's talk about Toluca Terrace. Now, Toluca Terrace is in the general Toluca Lake area. It was not originally part of the plan of development for Toluca Lake. As many of you know, if you've watched some of my Toluca Lake videos and have been through the area or live in Toluca Lake, we are celebrating our 100-year celebration. Toluca Lake was originally an idea developed in 1922, and ground was being broken for development in 1923. There was originally 3 parts of Toluca Lake, but both Toluca Woods and Toluca Terrace were not actually included in that. Most writings for Toluca Terrace came about in 1989, and the homeowners in that area chose to develop their own Toluca Terrace Woods Homeowners Association. So they have their own community action committee. And this is to help to determine what can be done to improve their general neighborhood, right? So one of the things that is pretty significant, if you were to drive through the areas near Toluca Lake, north of Toluca Lake, and drive through Toluca Woods and Toluca Terrace, you notice that it feels very similar. The lots might be a little bit smaller, but you have tree-lined streets, very peaceful. Homes are, for the most part, well kept. There might be a home here or there that has some overgrown weeds or something like that. But for the most part, the homes are very well kept. And there's a lot of new construction that's been cropping up over the last 8 years as well. So this is also a part of the area that is definitely moving upward, if you will. Case in point, I had my mother out here a couple years ago, and we were in Toluca Lake, and we went through Toluca Terrace and Toluca Woods, and she's like, I could live here too. Like, I like this. I like all the trees. I like how peaceful it is. It's a great little area. And so when people are describing it, a lot of times, if you are, like, let's say out home shopping, they might describe it as Toluca Lake adjacent, or they might simply say Toluca Terrace. But Toluca Terrace is definitely an identifiable area. There are signs there and everything. Hey friends, if you're watching this video right now and you do not live in California or Massachusetts and you're saying, man, I wish you could help me. I live in Arizona, I live in Texas, I live in Georgia, I live in Chicago. Guess what? I still can, because I can connect you to one of my business partners who will treat you the same way I do. We'll give you that white glove treatment that will make sure your needs are being met and help you find your home. So please just reach out to me, schedule time on my calendar in the Calendly link below, and I will set you up with someone who will take excellent care of you in your market. So again, just to kind of reiterate that, both Toluca Terrace and Toluca Woods are now considered the Tolucas. You know, and here in Toluca Lake, we actually had someone that was a family member of the gentleman that first developed Toluca Lake, and he recently passed this year, Richard Bogie, and I'm very disappointed that I never had the chance to meet him and sit down and really get a full scope of history, like literally from someone who was, well, at least his dad was around. I don't know at what point, he was young enough to be aware and observing what's going on, or if it just, as he grew up, he heard all the great stories, but someone like that who had a great story. So very disappointing, but either way, Toluca Terrace is a exceptional area, and I want to give you a little bit more information as well. So like any other part of Los Angeles, there are distinctive levels of homes as far as like what's more of an entry price point, a mid-range price point, and a high end. So that being said, the first property we're going to talk about is on Weddington Street. Had a asking price of $910,000. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 950 square foot home on a 7,545 square foot lot. So notice it is a small home, a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 950 square feet. That's not very large for a 2-bedroom, but it's a large lot size, 7,500 square feet. And today's building code standards, you can build up to not 45, 40% of your lot size. So this could be an opportunity for somebody that is maybe single starting out but wants to expand their home, get in, live there for a little bit, and then build and expand the house. This particular home is, it's kind of interesting because, again, going back to this pocket, Toluca Terrace, it was advertised as being nestled in North Hollywood, centrally located, ranch-style pool home. And the pool is part of that appeal, which I think, again, is why this is a great buy for someone that's maybe single, maybe just starting out, maybe has a young newborn and not quite financially ready to step into the bigger home, but this at least puts you in a place of earning equity. It puts you on a larger lot that you could later develop and build out or turn around, sell, and step up. So the second home, which is more the mid-price for this area, is also on Weddington. This was a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, 1,948 square feet, lot size 7,801 square foot. And again, another ranch style, which there's a lot to be said for ranch style homes. They have some great appeal, and it's nestled and advertised as being nestled in Toluca Terrace appropriately. They do reference the Burbank Bike Path, which is along Chandler. And so this is, clearly a great selling point for those that want to be out there biking with your families. The Chandler Bike Path was originally a railroad track. And so that's been updated and developed to be a nice little bike path. And it's a great place to go out walking your dog or riding your bike or just going for a nice neighborhood walk with your kids. So one of the appeals to this particular home, and as you're flipping through the pictures, you're seeing the home itself, it's close to everything, right? So you're close to the Toluca Lake Village, you're close to dining, shopping, you're close to the studios, you're close to all of the boutiques that North Hollywood has to offer. So there's a lot of great appeal there. So for this Toluca Terrace area, the highest price point home at the time of recording this video was listed for $1.8 million. This is on McCormick Street, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,252 square foot home on an 8,449 square foot lot. So almost 8,500 square feet, which is a good sized lot. It's a pool home again, which is great. Also references Toluca Terrace. They also mention that it's neighboring North Hollywood. And, it's got a lot of great landscaping. The fact that it's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms is really great. So if you have a family, if you've got kids that are a little bit older, everyone has their own separate bathroom, which is great. And it's just overall a pretty nice home. But this is really just about giving you an idea of the varying price points in this little pocket. And I say little because this is a small area. I'm going to throw up that map again so you can see it's not a big section. It's a very small area, just a couple of blocks. And yet it still has that Toluca Lake vibe. It's more upscale than, say, North Hollywood. It has a different feel than, say, Burbank. And it is considered part of the Tolucas. So hopefully this information has been helpful to you guys. If you are someone that's been saying, I really love Toluca Lake. I go there, I eat. I go to Red Maple. I go to Sweet Greens. I used to go to Michael's on Riverside to watch, the Super Bowl. Like, I want to be in that area. This might be a pocket to consider. If you'd like to get on my calendar to talk about your home buying needs and strategies and where you're at and what you need to do next to get ready, we can talk about that. Don't forget, though, I also did a video recently going over the whole process of buying a home, and that can be watched here on my YouTube channel. I want to thank you guys so much for watching today. If you haven't subscribed, please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell for updates. More videos coming next week, and I am here to help. Have a great day.